Hello, I am author C.M. Lowry, and you are probably watching this because you are at least somewhat interested in The Die Decides, which is a Kickstarter project that I did in January and February of this year. Hello, my wife is here, so that is a good start. I'm happy that Catherine felt she could join me. I'm not sure who else is here. I don't think my computer will tell me unless you comment and say hi in the stream. So please comment and say hi. Ruth Clark is here, fresh from a barbecue at my house only a few minutes ago. Can you hear me? Okay, is my vocal loud enough? We will find out soon. So I have a few things planned for us. Alongside talking about this book, I thought I'd chat very briefly about a few other things I'm planning. I also have this. Look at this piece of technology. This is going to wow you. I have a live dice camera, which, of course, has decided to stop working. How incredible. So I may have to ditch that and try something else, but never mind. I can't see a reason why that would not be working. It was working fine and it's now not working, so we'll have to come up with something else, which is a shame because it looks very pretty as well. It was working fine about 2 minutes ago, but never mind. Such is the reality of doing these things. So you are here because I did a Kickstarter in January, which you should be able to see the link of here. If you are interested in the project as I talk about it, you can still, I don't know, where can I get a finger in the right way? You can still pre-order by going here and clicking pre-order, and it will let you, it'll take you on a link through to a website where you can still get involved. There will be copies of the book available even after it's published and printed. But if you want to get involved in kind of things as they go along and getting updates throughout the campaign and stuff like that, you can jump on board a little bit sooner. Before I go on any more about that, I thought I would just introduce myself briefly if you don't know who I am. So I am Chris Lowry. I am an author, a budding author. I haven't produced a novel or anything yet, but I have got over here a pile of exciting things that I've been working on. So earlier this year with the lovely Sarah Williams, I started Beyond Cataclysm books, and we've got a few irons in the fire. The main thing that it was sort of founded around was the Paper Cuts sort of punk music journalism series, which Sarah Williams is the editor of. So I'm actually the I don't think I've got a picture of myself in here, but I'm the punk rock doctor at in the back of both of these books. So you can pick up Paper Cuts 1 and Paper Cuts 2. You can pick them up directly from shoutlouder.com, and we will have them on the Beyond Cataclysm store at some point. Earlier this year, I also submitted a short story to Dark Hearts, which is Tales of Twisted Love, and I managed to get a story in there. I'm going to read you a very brief little extract from it because I quite enjoyed writing it. But so basically, the prompt for Dark Hearts was any kind of story, really, with the idea of kind of love being part of it, but also things going a bit wrong. And I set mine in Antarctica. But the thing that I quite enjoyed, that I will skip to here, is that one of the things I did as part of my research as I was writing it is I got in contact with the British Arctic Survey, who have all of the polar ice stations in Antarctica, and I actually was able to ask them really specific information about how many people would be on base and what time of, like, what's the weather like in sort of May in the South Pole and all of those sort of things. It was kind of cool, like writing my silly little story and getting like the person who heads up logistics for Rothera Ice Station, being like, yeah, this plane leaves here. You're unlikely to get another plane in at that point. Because my story hinges on the idea of people being stuck at the South Pole and then things going a bit dodgy. So I shall just read you just the opening like 2 paragraphs. But if you like the idea, you can find out more. White Noise by C.M. Lowry. I'm lonely. I'm stuck at the South Pole and the real world is 1,000 miles away. Of course I'm lonely. That's what I blame, anyway. I wasn't exactly Rudolph Valentino in normal society, but there's no hope for me out here. There's only 4 of us. 4. Me, plus 3 other humans. Not exactly the best odds for finding your 1 in a million, is it? So, if you'd like to read this story, it will probably end up on my blog at some point in the future. But at the moment, you can buy it as a book or as an ebook from Amazon or other places where you get your books. It's called Dark Hearts, Tales of Twisted Love. And it's published by Ghost Orchid Press. So you can find them as, I think they're Press Orchid on Twitter. So yeah, thanks to them for giving me the opportunity to get published, and thanks to everyone who is now going to immediately go to Amazon and buy it. Good. Okay, I am done with talking about other things, so it's on to The Die Decides. Let's get up a nice big picture of the book. Oh, instead of killing it. So yes, The Die Decides. So for those of you who don't know, what we did in January and February is we came up with the idea of a book that I'm going to let dice be rolled. We've got dice here. By rolling dice, finding out the results of what those dice roll lets us know what I'm going to write about. And it's going to be a short book, but it's going to have lots and lots of little stories. So it's microfiction. So all the stories are going to be from where's the number, from 1 to where's the 0 to 1,000. So as decided by the dice, 1 to 1,000, 100 to 1,000 words long. So if the dice rolls a 3, it'll be a 300-word story. And what I offered all of you lovely people the opportunity to do was to submit categories and themes. My friend Rob came to a barbecue earlier with me and said, "Oh, I forgot to submit any categories or themes. Did you get any?" And I'm happy to say yes, we did get lots. I am sad that the dice cam hasn't worked because A, look at that little logo. That's cool, and it was working just before I went live, and I don't know why. What that would have been pointing at here. Let me kill that now non-functioning dice cam. Is it would have been pointing at this, which is a list of the categories and themes that you lot chose, that I used the dice to help me pick between. But I thought I'd just give you a little summary of some of them. So what we're going to have is we're going to have a category for each story and a theme. And I kept the definition of what those are a little bit loose. Hello, Catherine.
I think you're a bit quiet.
I'm a bit quiet, sweet. How? Okay. Hopefully this will be loud. Oh, sound has gone a bit quiet. I don't know what to repeat now. We won't worry about that too much. Yes. Is that louder and better now? Who is Schonberg? Nathan, I don't know who Schonberg is, but apparently Schonberg did some cracking musical writings based on what? On rolling dice, I assume. Someone make a comment saying that the sound is better so that I can carry on. I've blasted your headphones off. Excellent. Good. So not only did Nathan put me on the spot with a classical music reference that I didn't get, but I then got to hurt his ears. So that's good. Good. Anyone who wants to see, there's a Wikipedia link to learn more about Arnold Schoenberg. And I'm going to blame Nathan for the fact the sound went wrong. Anyone who knows Nathan, he did a birthday music stream last month, and you had some horrible sound glitches. I feel particularly bad for you. Anyway, categories and themes, and I kept it loose on purpose. So I didn't really define what categories and themes were, and just allowed people to submit whatever they wanted. And there were some categories that really came up quite high and got suggested a number of times by people. So horror had 5 requests, science fiction had 4, and a few of the requests that people put in were quite similar, so I had to combine them. So horror, I also had cosmic horror, B-movie horror, and gothic horror in there. And science fiction, I also had comedy sci-fi and fictional science. Fictional science is, oh dear, my dad's joined the stream and then has just blamed me for not knowing who Schonberg is. So, you know, there we go. Although it's notable that my dad misspelt Schonberg. So, oh dear. Sorry, Dad. You've let us all down there, haven't you? Yes. Science fiction. One of them was fictional science. Okay, which is just the words the other way around. But I like the idea of fictional science being, I don't know, a bit more, almost like the idea of what if physics functioned in a completely different way or something like that. So anyway, sci-fi. We had 2 requests for crime, 2 for mystery, and then we had 5 for historical, which included quite a few people asked about time travel, 1940s, battlefield. So all of that will fit into historical. And then punk. I had loads of suggestions that had the word punk in. So none of them were punk music, which would have made sense, because most of you who know me, quite a lot of punk CDs behind me. But instead I had cyberpunk, steampunk. Steampunk was suggested twice, diesel punk, and then the beautifully specific overheard conversations in a punk rock toilet. So there we go, we've got a punk category. And then the remaining categories that we had, so I'll put this up here as the dice cam is not working. Okay, we had drama, outdoors, casino, and cookery. So if the die for the category theme rolls a 4, the theme, the category for that story will be mystery. Okay, and then next we have themes. So the number 1, and it was quite nice really that the number 1 theme that was suggested repeatedly was hope. So four people submitted hope. So there you go. That's a theme. And then we have, I'll put these on the screen so you can see them as well. There's no point in me turning the dice cam on again, but the dice cam would have been pointing. You can't see it here, but I've got another webcam set up that was pointing directly at that would have shown you dice rolling. But what can I say? We do our best with the limited capabilities that we have. So the themes, we have hope, betrayal. Oh, hang on, let me get mine. Betrayal, surprise, survival, acceptance, dinner time, green leaves, technology, urban, and then the last one, mastery, which is a nice vague theme, but also kind of gives a lot of room for exciting things to happen. I did have to take out a couple of the entries. There were lots of really, really specific ones which I had to trim down because I just couldn't see, like overheard conversations in a punk rock toilet. I think we want one of those, potentially. I don't think anyone wants to hear 10 stories in that field. So, hopeful bog chats. Amazing. It does, Nathan makes a good point. It does, overheard conversations does sound like an absolute riot. But 20 of those? It then becomes a book about bog conversations, which, could possibly be quite an interesting book, but not necessarily the book that I wanted to write. So the only other 2 I took out Chinese ghost story. I just gave that as another point towards horror because I don't really know what a Chinese ghost story is, and I'm not sure, as someone with absolutely, I haven't removed the overheard conversations in a punk rock toilet. It just fits into the punk category. I didn't have a whole specific category that was just punk rock toilet conversations. I worried with Chinese ghost story that I might do some kind of cultural appropriation or just do a bad job or something. So I just put a general tick towards horror, and we'll try to encompass that if horror comes up. I also took out haiku. Someone suggested haiku, which is a wonderful suggestion. But all of my stories are going to be a minimum of 100 words and a maximum of 1,000 words long. And whilst I could write, I'm not sure how many words it would end up being, but like 15 haikus or like 150 haikus to fill one of those, I felt it probably wasn't going to work. What I have done instead is written a haiku specifically for tonight, For those of you who don't know, haiku is a type of Japanese poetry where you classically have 5 syllables, then 7 syllables, then 5 syllables. And I'm going to bring the haiku up unless, for whatever reason, it decides not to work like the webcam. It worked! So, our haiku is: hands tremble as they tumble the die to table. My fate decided. There we go. I don't pretend to be an expert at haikus, but that is a haiku specifically about the act of rolling dice. And I think we need to crack on and do that. Before I do that, does anyone have any questions at all? Please throw them in the chat down the bottom. I actually have had 3 people in the last week. I've just been publicising this a little bit and mentioning about the pre-orders, and I've had 3 people jump on board and become late backers, which, given that I had 47 backers before and now I have 50, that's a significant percentage. So if you've late backed me, thank you very much. If you've not backed me, thank you for coming along. I'm still very appreciative, and you can, as I said, you can do that by visiting. If you just it's very hard with these mirror images. Still getting it wrong. There we go. If you just go to kickstarter.com and type in "The Die Decides," you can do that there. I will obviously point that one out again later on. But yes, thank you very much. And with no more messing around, apart from the bit where I have to mess around now with a less good solution than my dice cam, I am going to roll some dice, and I think we actually can probably manage it in an equally clunky manner here. Okay, so the first story, and my beautiful wife is writing this down. I'm going to roll probably 30. I think I'll roll 30. I'm aiming for about 20,000 words. I think with pages and illustrations and things, that will probably be about right for 100 pages, but I can always roll some more dice later on. So if anyone has a 10-sided dice at home and wishes to be involved in this, you can totally just tell me that you're going to roll some dice, and I'll let you pick one of the books. That would be cool. So I'm going to roll these 3 dice. I'm going to use the yellow one. That will say how many words it is. The purple one will choose the category, and the theme will be decided by the blue one. Okay, so first story. Okay, so we've got some die here. So we've got some dice here. Let me just arrange them in order. I've already forgotten the order that I said that I would do them in. No, I remember, it's that way around. So we have, there we go, 700 words on, I can't read it upside down. There we go, 700 words in the punk category, dinner time. So I don't know if this is going to be use a stack, goes to acquire a dice, use a stack of books. I could use a stack of books, but what you can't see is directly under this is the microphone, and I'm not sure that's going to work. And you wouldn't see my lovely face as easily. That's fine, we can work here. So we've got 700 words, punk dinner time. Okay, hopefully it's not dinner time in a punk overheard toilet. It can be dinner time in a diesel punk universe. That'll be fine too. Okay, our next one. I'm surprised that 9 people are choosing to just sit here while I roll dice, but that's fine. I'm very appreciative of you. We have 900 words on crime, also at dinner time. There we go. Literally just lots of dice rolling. There we go. So we have 5, 2 and 0. So 500 words of science fiction in the area of mastery. Wow, that's cool. Jen has found a 20-sided dice and is going to use just half the number. That's awesome. Jen, Let's go for it. Roll it once. Tell us the number. How many words it's going to be. And then roll it again 2 more times so we can work it out. Everyone loves a bit of dead air. Doesn't hurt. I could write another haiku. I think, Nathan, I'm putting you on haiku writing now. You need to write another haiku for us. While I'm waiting for Jen to do that, I'm going to roll another one myself. Okay, so we have... Oh, where's that? There we go. Oh, it rolled. Oh, and I didn't see what it was, so we're just going with what it now is. So we have 3, 4, and 7. So we have 300 words on mystery with green leaves. I found that one I actually really loved that theme, green leaves, because it's got the idea of you could be outside, you could do trees, but also you can turn that really easily into money, can't you? You know, like rolling over like green leaves, and it becomes environmental, political games and everything. So, you know, that'll be fun in 300 words. Oh, Nathan has already done one as well. Okay, he's rolled his D10 3 times. We got 8. So that is 800 words on science fiction and urban. Okay, that would fit in well with some kind of dystopian... Oh, what's the film? Blade Runner. There you go. That kind of, you know, cyberpunky... Well, I can't do cyberpunk because that falls under punk, but we can do some kind of sci-fi. That was your haiku. Oh, what? Nathan has just won the internet because his submission of numbers, if it was a D10, I think, but he's going to get it anyway. His submission of numbers was also a haiku. I'm not going to count his syllables. What I will point out about my one, the haiku I did earlier, this one, I showed it to my son earlier, who knew what a haiku was, which I didn't realise he'd learned that in school. He then counted my syllables and realised that my haiku had too many syllables on the middle line, and criticised me. So this is the adjusted, amended version. Thanks to Joan for correcting my poor. I don't know. It's not really grammar, is it? It's just bad counting. And credits to the UK school system that 10-year-olds are learning Japanese poetry forms. That's like really cool. Good. So Jen has rolled. Brilliant. So we've got 900 words on. So we've got a 6 on. So we're in the punk category and green leaves. So I can do diesel punk and green leaves, or cyberpunk, or some other form of punk and green leaves. So that's cool. Okay, we're rolling again. Sean can't find her dice. I do feel bad for her. You got no dice at all. I mean, you can just Google like dice roller D10 and just find one. I mean, it's not quite as satisfying as rolling a dice. Nor is it satisfying to keep accidentally re-rolling them. So we've got 300 words. It's a 5 and a 10 on historical mastery. So that's cool. I mean, mastery just sounds like it has... it's definitely, I think, probably one of the most satisfying kind of topics for me is the idea of... just the idea of exploring that, and the idea of, you know, maybe you're serving underneath some kind of master and you're not good enough. Yes! Hello, Josh. Josh has rolled. Turns out I don't have to roll any dice at all. The lack of my dice cam is not going to hurt me. Josh, you've given us 6, 1, and 1. So we have a 600-word horror and hope, which is a great and interesting combination. I'm going to roll again. I'm hoping that Catherine is keeping track of how many we've said, or the content of them, because this is being recorded, so at least I've got that. So we've got, where's my order gone? Interesting. Okay, I have just rolled, and I have rolled a 2, a 1, and a 1. So we've got snake eyes again, but it's only 200 words this time. So 200 words on horror and hope. Catherine, when you get a chance, post just to let us know how many we've had. I think we probably had about 10. So I'm going to flurry through a bit faster, and so that everyone doesn't fall asleep. Okay, so 500 words on science fiction and technology, which is, I mean, almost an over-the-top partnership, but I'm sure I will make that work. 6, 8, and 4 we've got. So that is 600 words on outdoors and survival, which is pretty cool. Definitely want some kind of, I want punk and survival to come up, some kind of cyberpunk escape sort of theme. 5, 1, and 8. So you don't really need to see the dice, but just so that you know I'm not cheating. 500 words on horror and technology. Yeah, that sounds, I can definitely do something Lovecraftian with technology. If anyone fancies rolling some more dice themselves and getting involved again, and they have, we have Sean with 8, 4, 7. So we have 800 words on mystery and green leaves. So green leaves is coming up quite a lot, and betrayal hasn't come up at all, I don't think. So 6, 10, and 2, 600 words on cookery and betrayal. There we go. So yes, Howard, have you got a 10-sided dice, or have you googled it? I mean, it's cool either way, but I'm amazed if you've got a 10-sided dice. That's awesome. You should get some with LEDs in. That'd be the way. Me and Howard have a very close relationship, mostly based on really loving lights. So Howard has given us a 6, a 3, and a 1. So that's 600 words on crime and hope. Wow, that's a really interesting combination there, isn't it? Like, I don't know if you could do some kind of asylum seeker kind of escaping a war zone or something like that. Oh, we've got, I think this is our first really short one. We've got 100 words and punk and mastery. So I'm getting to really explore the mastery area. Cookery and betrayal. I mean, that's just a Poison story waiting to happen, Jen. Nathan is suggesting punk survival idea. Members of Roughneck Riot get trapped in a hostile environment while their van breaks. They've got to Bear Grylls it. I didn't ever doubt that Nathan owned a D10. Like, I will apologise now. If I said that, I apologise. Nathan, at no point did I doubt that you're a massive geek through and through. Love you for it. You know, your answer was in haiku form. Like, yes. We have another one from Sean. 500 words on historical betrayal. There we go. Betrayal's come up twice now. So we have 700 words on horror mastery. And oh, hang on, I've just knocked it over there. And we have 900 words on crime and hope. We are approximately 2/3 of the way through. I haven't seen any update from Catherine telling me. I mean, maybe she's, you know, I know she's come in and told me I wasn't loud enough before, which is a rare time in our relationship that she's ever said that. So I'm hopeful that we're going to get an update from her on how many we've done. 700, so 700 words on drama and urban. So yeah, drama was a very broad category, which I didn't really know what it meant. But I mean, it can be used in a few ways in terms of like, oh, that's a bit of a drama, you know, a kind of an over the top kind of emotional situation. But I might just take this as an opportunity to write my own 700 word soap opera. I think that's going to be the one. Okay, we have 1,000 word. 1,000 word. What am I doing there? That's the right order. So 1,000 words on crime and urban. Okay. We've got another one from Jen. So 200 words on crime and mastery. And we have... I'm intrigued. How dull is this, watching someone just roll a dice lots of times? It would seem to me that that's quite a dull thing, but you know, either way, I'm happy that you've all stuck in. I definitely did not plan through very well the fact that this is the second night that people are actually allowed to have a life again, and that maybe I should have done something last week before all the pubs opened, but never mind. We have 9, 9 and 1, so that's 900 on casino and hope. Lots of hope in casinos, and obviously lots of loss of hope. I played a board game last night called Lords of Vegas. Really fun kind of... You have to take over the whole of Las Vegas, but one of the things you can do is you can gamble your money in other people who you're playing with. You can gamble your money in their casinos if you're a bit short of money, and the odds are sort of okay. Like, it's not really stacked against you, and if you win, then you take the money away from your friends. So quite a few of you know my friends, my friend Gary Myers, who is just really annoyingly good at board games. I think everybody gambled in his casino and everybody lost all of their money. We have a missed one from Roxana above. Let me just scroll up and see it. Where is it? I've gone all the way to the top and I can't see it. So I apologise for not being able to see it. If someone could repost Roxana's one, because I can't see it. Howard has just dropped in another one. I think we did Jen's, didn't we? It was 2, 3 and 10. Yeah, we did that. Howard's is 400 words on mystery and surprise, which is the first time that's come up. And also, like, mystery and surprise are two weirdly similar words that are also, like, probably really quite different as well. So that's going to be a fun one to write. Roxana had 200 words on historical technology, and that is fun. That is interesting. That gives me 200 words to become Jules Verne. So that's a nice one. And we have 900 words on casino. Oh, Casino Hope. Already done that one. Sorry about that. Pete Clark has joined with a 444. There you go. That's 400 words on mystery survival. So that's good. So I know Catherine's alive because I can see she's alive. How many have we done so far? I don't want to over-promise and have to write 700 stories. I think around 30 to 40 stories is where we should probably stop. Historical technology is what your parents used, says my dad. He's posted this from his I don't know, his beige desktop computer that's plugged into a dial-up line at home. We're at 26. That's great. We did Roxana's, didn't we? 2, 5 and 8. Yep, that's fine. I'm gonna roll. Oh, good, another one. I feel like a lot of these have been longer than I was expecting. I was thinking, well, really, I was quite stupid because a lot of microfiction is very short. It's like 100, 200, 300 words. There's even some kind of debate in the microfiction scene, which there is one on Twitter, whether things over 500 words count. But obviously, I'm rolling a 10-sided dice, which means the chance of it being more than 5 or less than 5 is exactly half. So I shouldn't really be surprised. Anyway, we have 100 words on crime and acceptance. That's an intriguing topic. Howard has given us another one. 600 words on science fiction acceptance. And we have oh no, I've got it the wrong way around. 100 words on punk betrayal. That's cool. I am very excited by punk because I'm allowed steampunk, cyberpunk, diesel punk, which basically means I can just make up whatever new thing and add the word punk on. Please do make suggestions. in the chat of other words that need book punk is totally a thing. I mean, to be fair, I mean that this is book punk, isn't it? Like that's the definition. We've got I think Sean, if yours can be the last suggestion, because I think we're nearly at 30, so I'll probably roll it one more after your one. So 700 words on science fiction and dinner time, and then that is nearly exact. I thought I'd rolled 666, which would have been ominous, but I've rolled 669, so that's 600 words on punk and urban. And Pete has sneaked in a final one, so I'll let him get away with that. 100 words on crime and dinner time. Yes. I think I've got 2 crime and dinner times, or have I got a dinner time and betrayal? Cookery and betrayal. So I believe that puts us at approximately 30 stories. So that's wonderful. And I shall look forward to writing them. So those of you who joined in the Kickstarter, which I will just provide a link to. Oh, who was expecting that? I have been putting updates in there, not huge. I've tried not to kind of overwhelm you with loads and loads of emails, but I'm going to try and put an update in every couple of weeks. And what I'll probably be doing from now on is, when those 2 weekly updates come, I'll probably be sharing you an example story every now and then. And my aim is really to get everything written over the next couple of months. The official delivery date for the Kickstarter is December, but I'm probably going to try and get it out to people by September. But I'm not promising September. I will promise December, but I hope to get it out before then. My parents are off, so goodbye. And I'm very nearly done as well. If you have any questions at all, please drop me an email. You can email me through my Facebook page, which is CM Lowry Author. You can go to, if you go to pretty much any platform and type in, hang on, let me just do this. This is the only bit of technology that seems to have worked for me. If you go to pretty much any platform and type in that, CM Lowry Author, you will find me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And we can become friends and have conversations on there. That's how social media works. But yes, it would be lovely to have you give me any feedback you have, any ideas. And we will probably have plenty of time to add in extra stories. And then there's going to be all kinds of goodies. So everyone's going to get a die that arrives with their book. There's going to be some stickers. There's going to be some bookmarks. It's all going to be very nice. So there we go. Thank you for coming. Thank you for all your support. If you do decide that you want to, that you've seen this, it's interesting, and you'd like to back it even though you haven't already, you can go to beyondcataclysm.co.uk, or if you just go to kickstarter.com and then just type in The Die Decides, you can fingers, it's really hard doing that, it's weirdly hard. That green button there, you can click that and it will take you to a pre-order page, and you can pre-order. And anyone who does do that, I'm including you in the backer update emails that I will send out. So yes, you'll be able to hear things and know what's going on. Just one final thing, this is not the final front cover necessarily, and there will be a vote. I'll probably put 2 or 3 designs up, and people can decide what one they like. So there we go. Thank you very much. Love you all. And yeah, keep reading and writing and rolling dice. Have a nice day. Bye.